on, you want to catch some fish?
Yeah.
Me and my boy go fishing.
Oh, hey Mom. Hey Jessica. Mom?
Hello, Mrs. Alpay. I'm Dr. Khanna. I heard about your fall. Thankfully, you don't have a concussion, but I'd like to get to the bottom of this. Could you tell me a little bit about what happened that day?
Well, I felt as if I couldn't control my movements, and it just fell suddenly. I can't really describe it.
Oh, okay. Have you been experiencing a lack of coordination lately, hallucinations, fidgeting, or irritability?
Yeah, lately I've been very clumsy and jumpy. I've also felt very stressed, but I thought that was just because of my work.
Has anyone in your family died young?
My dad died when he was in his late 30s. He was driving and suddenly lost control of the steering wheel, so he ended up crashing into a tree. He hallucinated a few hours before his death, and when we wanted to take him to the hospital to go get checked out, he became restless and drove off angrily.
Would you agree to us performing a CAT scan, MRI scan, PET scan, and a DNA test on just to be sure of what's happening?
Sure.
Here are your results. I am very sorry to inform you that you have been diagnosed with Huntington's disease.
Oh my, what's Huntington's disease?
Huntington's disease is a genetic disease that normally affects the brain and nervous system, as well as muscle coordination. HD is caused by the protein found in the HD gene, which reacts with another protein in cholesterol in the brain. Cholesterol is essential for brain cells. It was described in 1872 by George Huntington, who was a physician when he was 22. There are many foundations that are dedicated to furthering the research of HD, such as Huntington Society of America, Huntington Society of Canada, Huntington Medical Foundation, and the St. Louis Huntington's Disease Foundation. This disease can be inherited, and it is dominant.
Dominant? What do you mean by dominant?
That means that only one person needs the copy of the gene in order to develop the disorder. The pink gene represents the dominant gene, which is Huntington's disease, and the blue gene represents the recessive gene, which is normal. Well, your daughter has a 50-50 chance of developing the disorder. Here's the brochure from the Huntington Society of Canada. You may want to discuss this with your daughter. Hey, I heard about what happened. Are you all right? Don't worry, your mom will be fine.
No, she won't. Did you know that over time her conditions will become worse? She only has a 10 to 20 years of expected lifespan.
How would you know if the condition became worse?
Well, first it affects her memory, her speech, and her reasoning. She will have difficulty walking and swallowing. And then as it gets worse, she's going to stop recognizing people. She's also going to be angry and depressed all the time.
So the symptoms are sort of like the ones associated with Parkinson's disease, meaning she's going to have to depend on you for economical and emotional support. Jessica, if you don't mind me asking, how exactly do those symptoms shorten a person's lifespan so much?
Well, they don't directly cause death. She could fall, choke, receive an infection, her cardiac can fail, or she can, commit suicide from being so depressed.
Well, isn't there a cure?
No, there isn't. There's medications such as tranquilizers that will help with her mood swings, anxiety, hallucination, and depression, but side effects of those include fatigue, additional rigidity, restlessness, and she could become really hyper. There's speech therapy to help her with her loss of speech, physical therapy to help her strengthen her muscles, and occupational therapy to help her with dressing and eating once she lost those skills, but there's no cure. Sia, would you stop texting?
I'm not. Look, it says here that there are experimental procedures. You see, they combine drugs used for cancer and AIDS, and the results seem to work on fruit flies.
Oh, and transplanting stem cells into the brain also seem to work on animals.
Yeah, so there might be hope after all. You never know, with all these advancements in technologies these days, there's gonna be a cure. Okay, I gotta go. Bye!
Huntington Society of Canada. It's encouraged that people who have a family history of Huntington's disease get tested, although in rare cases some may develop the disease without a family history because of a genetic mutation. The disease is inherited, and some people may have children before the symptoms show.
Hello. Hi. Here for the results of my test. Oh yes, of course. Come in. It's here. Now, do you have any questions before we start?
Will I develop, if I do have it, will I start showing the symptoms right away?
No, symptoms present in children are really rare and their cases are more severe. Symptoms are shown between the ages of 35 to 50. If you have no more questions, here's the envelope.